So I told myself I'll do like a little analysis of each scene when all of the teasers drop. And I fully believed in my heart of hearts that the Ragatha and Jax teaser, which I thought, was going to be the next teaser, was going to be the last. However, I was wrong, because these two images do not line up, meaning there's going to be another teaser, and Caine is likely going to be in the middle. I kind of want to talk about different stuff that I've noticed and have questioned. First thing I noticed, bubbles are coming out of the void. And then there's little sparkly things in bubbles. Bubbles coming out of the void, to me, implies that bubble is like an external thing. Like it's coming, like bubbles coming from an external source. Because why are bubbles coming out of the void? And to me, the void is like, some people have theorized like the void would be the way out of the circus. I'm theorizing it's the way into the circus. Then we got little sparkly things. And I did not think these were important. There's sparkly stuff back here. And I was like, okay, maybe it's just a fun little thing, whatever. But then this dropped, and there's little sparkles in the bubbles. So I don't know if this is implying Bubble is an AI, because AI, the sparkles are usually tied to like AI now, unfortunately, regrettably. I also wondered if it was like a sort of antivirus program. I question if these are even the same thing, if the sparkly bubbles are completely different from Bubble, or if Bubble is an antivirus program, which wouldn't make sense in my opinion. I don't know, the sparkles imply like clean, like cleaning up the virus. So I don't know. We obviously have parts of the void. We have parts of the circus, which I've noticed. The circus looks like it's in chaos and falling apart just based off of these scenes, which makes me think, because Caine and the circus are obviously connected, and the circus is, if you will, connected to Caine's sanity levels, my first thought was Caine is literally losing it. And the circus, in turn, is literally deconstructing because Caine is literally mentally deconstructing, if that makes sense. I noticed... You can't really see it, probably, but I did notice that the background has like a fuzzy filter, almost like an old TV, like the fuzz that would happen on the old like CRTs. That is like applied to like the blue background. That implies something. That could imply like old like TV show or something, or like it's being played through an old TV. Like it's like this is like the blue background is actually a TV screen. I don't know. These two rides, this one, I think this is specifically part of the beach adventure area. I think this ride over here, it's either a part of the circus or this is carnival. I'm so sad we don't get carnival. I don't know what the yellow lightning bolt looking thing is. I have no idea if that's meant to be like just a unique design or if it's like cutting into the world somehow, but then that doesn't make sense because the void obviously is giving that implication of like in like the world being deconstructed and turning into the void. Maybe the void honestly is like a deconstructed form of the circus, like an undeveloped or underdeveloped part of the circus. That makes sense. We have this little cloud down here, and I actually kind of have a theory, which, I mean, judging by the rest of the imagery, I don't know if it's applicable still, but the cloud over here looks eerily similar to the clouds over here. So all I'm gonna say is if there's abstraction eyes under Pomni, GG's. But based off of like other parts of the pictures getting chopped off, like up here and down here, I question if that's the case. I don't know if it's intentional that they cut it off, but probably. Which is not good. More of the void, random houseplant. I don't know if that's of any importance. This looks like the outside, and you can even see some of it over here, like a little tree, and it looks like it's covered in snow. Which makes me think of the snow globe thing that Jax was looking at with the one cabin. I've got a feeling that's going to be in the middle with Caine. I do think it's at least going to be tied in with the cabin. Caine is not happy with Zubul. So the scene where Zubul is running in the dark could still be in the carnival, and I still think it's in the carnival because, you know, based off of the analysis of the cellar is just full of water. There's nowhere to run. If I had to take a guess, Zubul got separated from the cast and is having to deal with Caine, but is still in the circus somewhere. I think up here is a part of the circus, but it looks dark. So what scares me is that this implies this is kind of either like towards the end of the episode or literally we end on this note in the episode, which is scaring the frick out of me. What's scaring the frick out of me is the fact that like we're gonna have to wait like 3 or so months before we get answers for episode 8, because I know episode 8 is gonna leave us on the most jaw-dropping, horror-inducing ending we've ever seen to date. It's gonna be worse than episode 7. Random spring. There's a cannon and a bomb. The bomb kind of reminds me of like in the Kirby games where when you go and delete your save file, they literally blow up your save file, effectively deleting the game. I don't know if that's what's being implied here, but bombs obviously cause destruction anyways, and judging by the looks of things, you can't really see it. The quality's really bad. Back there is Bubble. And I couldn't tell it was Bubble at first until I recognized the smile. So Bubble is, I'm guessing, shooting the cannon, maybe? This is the seating area that they were in the episode 8 trailer, which I speculate is gonna happen more so in the beginning, but it honestly could happen halfway. I don't think it would. I just have a hard time believing they would show that much of the, like, middle and end of the episode. There's building blocks back here. I can't make much sense of that. There's a bunch of eyes, which is interesting because it's like to me, it's a callback to Caine's all-seeing eyes in the circus. There's spikes, which are pink and red, which doesn't quite make sense to me, but could imply a form of abstraction, like Caine abstraction. Maybe if there is a Caine abstraction, it looks a little different for Caine as opposed to like the other players. I'm trying to see if there's anything else over here that I kind of want to analyze. There is like a weird like statue, or not statue, what's that called? Pole thing. Pillar. There's like a pillar down here, and it looks like it might be holding up this like block. I have not really had a chance to look at this one yet, so I'm gonna wait. There's also that little yellow lightning bolt piece over here. So I've got a feeling it's gonna be a little bit important. I don't know how important. I also noticed that there's like shading, like there's 2 different things stacking on top of each other. Oh wait, it's the road. Oh. Road. That's a Caine arm right there. More eyes. They're green. Abstraction eye. Ignore that for now. There's green eyes and blue eyes, so these do imply that they're Caine eyes. Yeah. Looks like a piece of Caine's arm, more of the snowy looking stuff. Pillars. Jax is sitting on a pillar. He is not doing okay, I might add. I don't know if that really implies a lot. I'm sorry if you hear my stomach growling. I'm apparently hungry. There's more pillars down below, but I can't tell what they are. That doesn't look colored. It's interesting that these pillars have things on them that are colored. Well, that's green. Oh, and that's yellow. Color theory, that's yellow. And then Ragatha is looking in this door. Now, some people I saw comments saying like, holy frick, Abel was a real human. I am intrigued by this idea. However, if this is Abel's door Ragatha is looking in, why is every other door an Abel mannequin with an X on it? I don't get it. And there are abstraction eyes in this door. Maybe this implies some backstory type of stuff, where Ragatha maybe found somebody abstracted in their room. I don't know. Maybe it's Ribbit. There's green below Ragatha, so there's also some like purple shading here. I'm not sure what that would mean. I'm gonna ignore the fact that my brain instantly went to Jax the moment I thought of purple. I wonder if this has to do with, like, something that happened in the past. Like, legitimately, we're gonna just get a ribbit abstracting flashback. Which was one of my theories. This just fuels my theory that Ragatha and Pomni will have a talk about ribbit's abstraction. I choose to believe that's what this means. This is the pattern of the circus floor. Not a good sign. That does heavily imply that the circus is literally falling apart at the seams. Also, this thing, which I speculated was a pillar, looks different than these other pillars. So I don't know what that is. There's a bunch of abstraction eyes and stuff, which makes me think, I know a lot of people are sitting there and going, oh my gosh, they're gonna abstract people. They're gonna abstract the circus members. And I still disagree with that. There's no reason to, right? Like, the only reason would be for, like, shock value, in my opinion. If someone abstracts, what would come of that? Like, I mean, I could sit and go through every character and the pros and cons of them abstracting. Like, from a, like, learning and actual, like, interesting storytelling standpoint. And again, CNA implies that we're gonna learn about Kinger lore, in my opinion, and that CNA is way much more interesting of an establishment than we thought. I don't know if CNA is still legitimately a place, but this does imply that it is something. The abstraction eyes below here, especially, okay, I do want to point out, it's interesting that these abstraction eyes are in clouds and these abstraction eyes aren't. And then there's abstraction eyes in the door. And then, yeah, okay, if this was meant to be like a ribbit flashback or something, or implying like we're going through the past, it is really weird to just have a bunch of mannequins X'd out on the door. I still don't think that you can call it copium, you can call it whatever you want. I just don't see anyone abstracting. If someone was to abstract, I think it would be a near abstraction. I don't think it'd be a full-on abstraction. I do think it'd be an insane thing to, like, end episode 8 on the note of someone literally abstracting. And the fact that some of these scenes are very clearly cut off, like down here. Like, what are you hiding? Why did you cut it off? It's a pink box. The CNA thing is in Caine's hand, so I wonder if this will more so have to do with, I think Caine's involvement in the episode is going to be heavy towards Kinger, just based on where the hand positions are. I think his involvement is going to be with Kinger, so we're going to get flashbacks, ideally, of Kinger and Caine, and, like, Caine maybe takes Kinger away into the flashback and, like, talks with him. So the Caine and Kinger talk would legitimately happen, but then there's gonna be the Zubul and Caine plot, and possibly Gangle, just because I think Gangle would try and help Zubul, but I think everyone would try and help Zubul, but I'm thinking Caine is going to be in pursuit of Zubul for some reason. Zubul is going to push a little too far, right? Zubul is actually going to have that confrontation towards Caine and be like, Caine, stop, you need to stop. We don't want to go on another adventure. We don't want to do this. We're done. We literally hate you. Like, Zubul is going to, like, say something that is literally going to snap Caine, right? At least, or it's just Caine finally has that moment where he snaps, and maybe Bubble would encourage it. And he takes it out on Zubul because Zubul is literally, I mean, we've seen how he feels about Zubul through the episodes. He's the least happiest with Zubul. So I think if Caine has that moment where he literally breaks, he would obviously take that out on Zubul first, and I think it would be a battle between taking it out on Kinger first or Zubul first, and that entirely depends on Caine and Kinger's history and what lore they have together. But if I had to take a guess, Kinger is the creator of Caine? He's involved. Long story short, Kinger is 100% involved. Then if I had to take a guess, Ragatha and Jax being together implies that we're going to learn about Ragatha and Jax lore, in my opinion. Like, these two images imply we're going to learn about their lore, And then these two images imply that this is modern day what is happening and like needing to confront Caine and combat Caine. And then Caine's gonna be in the middle, and judging by the looks of these spikes, it's so over. Cause see, the question is, are these spikes Caine? Are they a part of Caine or not? I am inclined to think yes, these are connected to Caine, and he is literally, in his own way, abstracting. I don't know how true that is. I think if Caine abstracted, it would be a little bit different than the circus players abstracting, but yeah, just judging by all of this stuff happening, and then like with the Caine's like arms super duper extending. An interesting question would be if these are all 2 arms or multiple arms. Like, is he having many an arm? We don't know, because it's kind of hard to like make the connection with all the arms that we have right now. Well, I guess that would be revealed in what's obviously going to be a Caine teaser. Whenever they're gonna release that, I don't know. They're going for 5 teasers, methinks. And Caine's gonna be in the middle. And just judging by other people's guesses, this could easily be a YouTube thumbnail still, I think. There's enough. Like, yeah, that could be a YouTube thumbnail. It's a little wide, but I don't know. Glitch will figure it out. They're smart. Kinger is looking up at something. And this is cut off. I wonder if there is something up here that he's looking at specifically. Jack's eye does not look like it's open. Tried to look, but I don't think it's open. I don't know if they're hiding something down here either. I don't know what would be down here other than more of this, and abstraction eyes. There's a lot of abstraction eyes. I have no idea what the sparkles star things are, man. I wish I could understand. Okay, I think that's about all I can really analyze right now. I don't think the seating area has too much significance. I think that's meant to be there to be like, ha, look at how fricked up the circus is. If I had to take a guess. This implies like, oh shoot, this is the circus. The circus is literally deconstructing. We've only got a few more days. I think Glitch will likely release a trailer like a day before episode 8 drops. Oh boy. This is gonna be fun! Can't wait to see the Caine trailer.